Tonight I spent some time going through the comments, and again, thank you everyone that have chimed in on any one of my videos with over 560 videos total on my channel. It's a lot of content to go through, and I love hearing and responding to what a lot of you have brought up. But at the same time, I was spending some time cleaning it up. There's a lot of links and so on and what have you, but I did notice something in my some of my paper money channels, and that's regarding again revisiting fancy serial numbers. And on a number of occasions, I've had a few folks chime in. What exactly is like an acceptable low serial number that'd be worth money? And I've had anywhere from someone saying, "Oh, I got 00 345 6789 or whatever the case is." And fancy serial numbers, okay, have a wide range of different types, okay. But to keep this particular video brief, we're going to discuss low serial numbers, and I might even throw in a little something about high serial numbers. But for low serial numbers, as you can see, I have two $1 bills here. Okay, the top example, the Kansas City J note, is a more recent find. As a matter of fact, it was last week. I pulled it aside for no particular reason. But as you can see on the bottom dollar bill, okay, I have a 3-digit low serial number. Okay, the top note is 5 digits. So if we were to look at these two notes and we were trying to figure out a valuation of what exactly, does a note cost for the serial number type, okay, obviously the one on the top with 3 leading zeros and a 5-digit serial number would be less desirable than the one below it. Traditionally, when it comes to low serial numbers, okay, you want five leading zeros, okay, much like the example below. And anything under 1,000 is a keeper in my book. Now, it's not to say if I come across a note with, 4 leading zeros and something, in the 1,000s or 2,000s, I might pull it aside. As far as selling at retail, like on eBay, it doesn't fetch the kind of money that I feel like it warrants by the time you factor in fees and shipping and all that. You may come out at face value, which in the grand scheme of things, that's not the name of the game. But if you were to hold on to a note like this, unless you were going to keep it for yourself because it just looks neat, and I would tend to agree on a lot of your assumptions when it comes to low serial numbers, do not try and resell this on like eBay. More times than not, it will not sell. Okay, the only exception is if you had the 3 zeros and if these last 5 numbers were all the same number, would it sell? Because at that point it's a binary. It's a two-digit type serial number note. And that would be the only way that the note in itself would be worth any sort of money. So this one right here, as you can see, the note is in absolutely horrible condition, okay? But there is still some value. Anything under 1,000, okay, a 3-digit serial number is always attractive to paper money collectors in any grade. Of course, something like this would probably sell in the $10 to $15 range. Not too shabby. Now, if it were in absolute perfect condition, these notes have been known to reach the $100 to $200 range ungraded. It doesn't even need to be graded by a PCGS or PMG in order to establish any sort of value. Okay, but this one has all sorts of different folds and waves, and it's seen its day, that's for sure. But in any event, and a little something about serial numbers, okay, especially the low ones. There are certain serial numbers that sell for a lot more money. Okay, let's take the number 8 for example. 8 is an extremely lucky number in China. Okay, and I have pulled notes where I've had triple eight or quad eights. Okay, so if you come across those type of notes and you do like an international sale on eBay, you would more than likely make a lot more money. I think the quad eight that I sold, it was actually 000, two eights, a zero, and two more eights. I ended up selling that note for about $35 to someone overseas. So, and then any other, solids like five zeros and three sevens. Okay, sevens, of course, is symbolic to kind of like slot machine play. It's a lucky number in general to a lot of people. So people will pay up, and they'll pay up a little bit more premium for the oddball fancy serial number types. And, it's just something to keep in mind. Again, as a recap with serial numbers, 5 leading zeros is key. All right, if you intend on reselling it to make any sort of money, you could keep any note, I suppose. If it's a 4-digit serial or 5, much like this one here. There are a lot of people I know that would keep that type of note. I'm not one of them. But yeah, quick little tutorial on low serial number notes, valuation. They could get pretty pricey. A serial number 1, for example, has been known to sell in the $25,000 range. So if you do come across one in a fresh bank strap, you better be sure you put that aside. That's big money right there. So I want to thank everyone for joining this evening. If you guys have any questions or comments, post them below. As usual, I appreciate it. And yeah, subscribe to Blue Ridge Silverhound. Always a great old time in the house. But you guys have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.